Hey everyone, I'm Jess. Welcome to Glue La La. In today's video, I'll be bringing you a project that I made that's themed around the movie Elf. Now, this is a collaboration that I'm doing with Sue from Discovering the Art of Living. She has a really cool channel. She does a lot of different types of projects. She does charcoal drawings, she does watercolors, she does some Dollar Tree DIY, she makes wreaths, she kind of does it all. But she's doing a series of collaborations this December where she's picked 12 different Christmas movies, and she had an open collaboration for anybody that does anything artsy that you could join in on any of the collaborations. So I decided to join in on the movie Elf because that is one of my favorite Christmas movies. So the project that I'm bringing you is a wall hanging that I used mostly items from the Dollar Tree, but I also used my Cricut a little bit too because I'm kind of new to the Cricut game, so I wanted to kind of explore that a little bit more. So if you're coming here from Sue's channel, hi, welcome. My name's Jess. I'm glad you're here. And in my channel, I mostly do Dollar Tree DIYs. I like to make a lot of home decor pieces, and I usually use mostly materials from the Dollar Tree, but I also get a few things from Walmart and other stores also. And I also want to give a quick shout out to my friends Todd and Dave at Fox Hollow Kitchen and my friend Susan at Simply Susan Historical Living. I always link their channels down below in the description box. And today I'm going to be linking Sue from Discovering the Art of Living. I'm going to link her channel also in the description box so you can go check her out. All right, let's get started. To get started on the first project, I wanted to create this wall hanging that has 3 frames sort of stacked on top of each other vertically. And originally I thought I was going to have to buy photo frames from the Dollar Tree and kind of glue them together because I wanted you to be able to see through the glass. Like I didn't want a background to be on the things that I was going to put on the glass. So I was really excited when I got to Dollar Tree and I found these frames because they're already meant to do that. They have 2 pieces of glass in them. And then I was really excited because the Dollar Tree carries this elf wrapping paper that's made by Hallmark. So this was perfect for what I had in mind because I thought I was going to have to print pictures off of the internet to use on this, but instead I just took this wrapping paper and I picked out 3 of the poses that I liked the best on the wrapping paper, and I just cut around them. Now, I do a lot of paper crafting also, so I'm used to fussy cutting like this. But if you're not, just take your time, and the easiest way to cut around an image like this is to actually keep your scissors still and move the image. It makes it a lot easier to cut around than if you're trying to cut your scissors. And then for some of the inner parts, I had to use my X-Acto knife, but you can see here, it wasn't too bad to cut around. This was probably the most complicated image because there were the 2 little parts like where his elbow is and everything. And then here's where my Cricut came into play. I picked out 3 of my favorite quotes from the movie. This one says, "Smiling is my favorite." And I cut those out on 2 different colors of vinyl, and I'm just going to lay these down on top of the glass. And my little buddy the elf there, he isn't glued down yet because I wanted to get the vinyl put on first, but I wanted him to be there so I knew where to place the vinyl. And then I just used a regular glue stick to glue Buddy the elf down because since I was going to be using 2 pieces of glass on this, I didn't have to worry about using Mod Podge or anything like that because the glass would kind of help hold everything into place also. And then I also used my glue stick to add a little bit of fake snow in some of the different areas on the glass. So you can see it's pretty easy to put these frames back together. You just lay down the one piece of glass, and then you flip your image over and lay it on top, and then there's a plastic piece that goes on the back, and then you just push all those little levers into place. And I did this with all 3 of the images that I chose. Once I had all 3 frames done, I decided to recreate Buddy's little hat there. So I just cut a triangle out of a piece of chipboard, and I glued green felt on the front and the back, and then I took a little strip of yellow felt and glued it around the center to look like the band on his hat. To get all of the frames connected, I took some of this faux leather ribbon that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I cut 4 strips at 4 inches, and I just glued them onto the back of the frames. So I took one corner of the frame and glued the ribbon down, and then I glued the other one on the other side, and then I kind of stretched them out and stuck the next frame on top of it so that I could glue the other ends onto the bottom of that frame. And then to reinforce it a little bit, because this will be hanging, I cut some craft sticks and I kind of hot glued them over top of where the ribbon and the frame meet, just to help give it a little bit more strength and stability. Once I had all of the frames connected with the leather ribbon, I decided it would be fun to add a little embellishment to make it look like it was Buddy's belt on the ribbon. So I took this gold glitter cardstock and I cut it down into a really small square that would fit on the ribbon. Then I just took some black cardstock and I cut it down into a square that was a little bit smaller than the gold, and I laid it on top of the gold cardstock to look like a belt buckle. And then I made 4 of those and I glued them on all 4 of the ribbons that are connecting the 3 frames. The final touch was just gluing Buddy's hat onto the corner of the top frame. And one thing I forgot to film was I did take another little piece of that leather ribbon and I kind of made a loop out of it and I glued it onto the back of the top frame. so that you could hang it up. So as a little bonus project, I'm going to show you a few items from the Dollar Tree that you could use if you wanted to put together a Buddy the Elf tiered tray, or even if you wanted to add some things to your coffee bar. So they have these really large clear ornaments at the Dollar Tree that you can fill with whatever you want. So I thought it would be cute, because Buddy the Elf loves candy so much, to fill these with candy. And then I had found some little elf ribbon at the Dollar Tree, so I made little bows to go on the top of these ornaments. And I think these would actually be a really good way to give a gift to somebody too, if you wanted to put their favorite candy in the ornament, and then you could tie a gift card onto it, or just give it to them as an ornament filled with candy. I think they're really cute. One thing Buddy talks about in the movie is in his journey from the North Pole to New York, he talks about how he went through the 7 levels of the candy cane forest. And I found this little green bucket at the Dollar Tree, and I thought it would be really cute to kind of mimic a candy cane forest using this bucket. So I took some black felt and I put it around the bucket to look like Buddy's belt, and I used that same gold glitter cardstock and I cut a bigger square, and this time I just used my X-Acto knife to cut the center of the square out to look like a belt buckle. And then once I had that glued into place, I took some floral foam and I put it in the bottom of the bucket, and I poked a bunch of candy canes in the floral foam, and I tried to make them be at different heights. You know, some of them I pushed in a little bit farther and some I stuck up a little bit higher. And then I used some of that faux snow that we glued on the picture frames, and I just dumped that all around the base of the candy canes to look like the forest floor. Some of the other items I found at the Dollar Tree that I thought fit the theme, I found this cute little mug and this little mini gumball machine and these cute little LED iridescent Christmas trees. You can see there I just put a little bit of vase filler in that mug. But this bottle I thought would be really cute to turn into a syrup bottle, because if you've seen the movie, you know that Buddy loves syrup too. And I just created a little tag with some of that cardstock, and I took some sticker letters and I spelled out the word syrup, and then in my sticker stash I found a couple cute little elf stickers and some candy stickers, and I stuck those on the tag, and then I just tied the tag to that bottle. And I was gonna try to brew some tea or coffee to put in this bottle to make it look like it had syrup in it, but I didn't have a funnel small enough to actually get the liquid in the bottle, so I had to leave it empty, but you get the idea. So here's a little tiered tray that I put together that I thought was just really cute, and it had a cute little elf theme. And I kind of tucked a little Santa sign in the back there because Buddy loves Santa so much. And then I'm going to give you a view here of what the wall hanging looks like hanging up. You can see I did put that loop at the top there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really had a great time with this project, and I'm really excited how this wall hanging turned out, because the frames that I found just made it so much easier. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and let me know which Christmas movie is your favorite, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!